Introduction. To start off, a stereotype threat refers to a risk of confirming negative stereotypes about an individual's race, gender, or cultural group. When an individual is at risk of confirming a stereotype threat, they tend to demonstrate poor performance in the negatively stereotyped area. This term was initiated by researchers Claude Steele and Joshua Arison, who performed experiments that showed black college students to perform worse on tests when they are reminded that their racial group tends to do poorly on such tests than others. An example of this in the modern-day era is that women do not perform as well as males in subjects such as math and science. Some of the main bullet points are as follows. The hypothesis of this experiment is that negative stereotypes associated with lower tracks, vocational school students, may threaten their academic performance. The second bullet point talks about how there are a lot of modern education systems that divide students by ability to meeting their learning needs. For example, in a lot of elementary schools, they have something called the GATE program, which stands for the Gifted and Talented Education. This program targets elementary school levels and recognizes students capable of achieving beyond the level of their peers. There's also something called the Advancement Placement classes, which enrollment varies from school to school. It considers cumulative academic GPA, standardized test scores, and teacher recommendations. At the end of each AP course, the students take the AP exam in which they have to receive a passing score in order to receive college credit. AP course stimulates the work level of a college student and helps gain many skills like critical thinking, time management, study skills, etc., all of which we need at the college level. The third bullet point states how stereotype threat is mainly based on race, gender, and class, and how this study helps us see whether there are certain stereotypes. Moving on, the study was also targeted in China because it has VET programs, which stands for Vocational Education and Training, and because of this, it is intended to reduce poverty and boost economic development. Vocational education and training really helps low-income students by providing them with different resources and skills to achieve better education compared to those with higher income and higher opportunity costs. In the last bullet point, it mentions how there was a pilot study done to confirm that students in the sample recognized these negative stereotypes. It was concluded that 89.2% of respondents said that vocational school students were having worse math abilities than academic track students.